London. 70,000 people applied for 16,000 race spots. New York, sold out in under an hour, and the company behind it has reportedly never spent a cent on ads. CrossFit has been on the market for close to a year now, no confirmed buyer. And a UK brand with about 6,000 participants just locked in a multi-year global deal with Adidas. 3 fitness brands, 3 very different trajectories. I'm breaking down the business models, the real numbers, and what actually decides who wins this thing. Okay, CrossFit. At its peak, around 15,000 affiliated gyms worldwide. Reebok was the title sponsor, deal reported at over $100 million. Some people threw around a $4 billion valuation, but that was never officially confirmed. The business model was simple. Charge gyms a few thousand a year for the right to use the name and the training method. Once you had thousands of gyms paying in, it was incredibly profitable, because signing up one more gym cost you almost nothing. But here's the problem. HQ controlled the brand, but had almost no control over what actually happened inside the gyms. Quality was all over the place. The injury reputation got worse and worse, and there was nothing in the system to fix it. Then, it all started to fall apart. Glassman's comments in 2020 cost them Reebok. The athlete death at the 2024 Games triggered over 1,400 gyms walking away. And through all of this, the affiliate fee actually went up, from $3,000 to about $4,500 a year, while the brand was getting weaker. So where does it stand now? 2025 open registrations, according to industry tracking, around 233,000. That's down about 32% from the year before, lowest since 2014. Affiliate count, somewhere around 10,000. Revenue, probably in the low 80s, though CrossFit doesn't report publicly. They've been in sale talks since March 2025. Multiple buyer groups have come and gone. None have closed. As of early 2026, the lead buyer's own words, "We are in talks, but nothing definitive yet." But the real problem isn't the sale, it's structural. CrossFit used to be a bundle: training method, competition system, community, brand licensing, all wrapped into one package. That bundle is falling apart. HYROX came in and took the competition piece with a simpler, more accessible format. The training methodology got copied by basically every functional fitness gym on the planet. Community now lives at the local gym level, not at HQ. So what's left? A trademark that costs $4,500 a year, and at this point, the name hurts more than it helps. The methodology? Still arguably the best functional fitness system out there. The business around it? That's a different story. Now HYROX. Started in 2017 in Germany. The format is dead simple. 8 1-kilometer runs. After each run, a functional station. And the key thing? It's the exact same race in every single city. Same movements, same weights, same order. London, New York, Sydney, identical. That's not just a design choice. That's the entire business model. Because when every race is the same, you get a global leaderboard. You get a personal best you can chase. And you get events you can copy-paste from city to city. 2025 numbers, based on founder interviews and industry reporting. 80 to 90 events across more than a dozen countries. About 650,000 participants. Revenue, somewhere between 130 and 140 million, mostly from race entries. No audited financials are public, so treat those as best available estimates. Now here's the wild part. According to the founders, 0 paid marketing spend. And ticket sales have roughly doubled year over year for the last 2 years. 0 ads, 100% growth, 2 years in a row. Why does that work? Because working out is something people show off. You finish a HYROX race, you get professional photos. Your time goes on a global leaderboard. You get finisher gear. Everything is designed to make you feel like an athlete and then share it. Your Instagram post becomes the ad. Your story becomes the funnel. And you didn't even know you were doing marketing. In cities like London, they run a ballot system because demand is so far above supply, and the sold-out screenshot itself becomes content. About 70% of participants are reportedly first-timers. That's several 100,000 new customers every year at basically zero cost. The gym network is the second engine. Somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 affiliates globally, paying about $1,500 a year. That's roughly a third of what CrossFit charges. The gym gets a retention tool, the member gets a training goal, and HYROX gets a sales force that basically runs for free. One documented case showed a single gym pulling in $75,000 in extra revenue directly from HYROX affiliation. So what are the limits? They're physical. Every event needs a venue, equipment trucks, multi-day setup. Going from 90 events to over 100 across 30+ countries is a serious logistics challenge. And the more events you add, the more you risk diluting the scarcity that makes the whole social engine work. Margins look very strong based on what's available. And at this scale and growth rate, $1 billion valuation is realistic if you compare it to how Ironman was valued when it sold. But nothing is confirmed. Now, ATHX. This is the one almost nobody is talking about. ATHX Games. Born in the UK, founded by Ollie Marchon and Mark Hartnett Morgan out of the Strength in Depth and National Fitness Games scene, formally registered in late 2024. The format is totally different from HYROX. It's a 2.5-hour continuous competition across 6 zones: strength, endurance, metabolic conditioning, plus warm-up, refuel, and recovery built into the structure. Scoring is points-based, lowest total wins, and the programming changes every year. Same framework, new movements. 2025. About 6 events in the UK plus Dublin, around 6,000 total finishers. The finals at NEC Birmingham pulled in athletes from CrossFit, HYROX, and the hybrid fitness world, including Chandler Smith. Now let's be real. 6,000 versus 650,000. That's not even the same conversation in terms of scale. The question is, can they get from here to there? The Adidas deal is the single biggest signal. A reported 4-year global partnership with a brand that had about 6,000 finishers at the time. Adidas does not make that kind of commitment without a reason. And it probably comes down to this. In running, Adidas is fighting Nike, On, Hoka, and New Balance. In team sports, Nike owns the space through college athletics. Lifestyle sneakers ride trend cycles that always cool off eventually. But functional fitness competition? Growing fast, and no major sportswear brand owns it. HYROX already has Puma. CrossFit lost Reebok and is up for sale. ATHX was the only credible option for Adidas to plant a flag in this category, while it's still early. And for ATHX, the deal solves 3 things at once: brand credibility that would normally take years, apparel and distribution infrastructure, and the financial confidence to go from 6 UK events to a 14-city European tour plus a Miami debut, all in 1 year. 2026 calendar, 14 events across 10 countries: UK, Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Ireland, Denmark, Netherlands, plus Miami Beach in March as the first US event. Format-wise, HYROX is the same test every time. That's a strength. But after 5 races, you know exactly what's coming. ATHX changes the programming every year, which keeps it fresh. The points-based system across 6 zones adds a strategy layer that a straight time trial doesn't have. And because the testing is broader, it sits closer to what CrossFit athletes are used to, which gives ATHX a natural landing spot as CrossFit's brand keeps slipping. Chandler Smith, already showing up at the finals, tells you that crossover has started. But there are 3 business questions that Adidas alone can't answer. 1. Unit economics. 6,000 finishers spread across 6 events is about 1,000 per event. At the production standards Adidas expects, that's probably below break even. They likely need 3 to 4 times that per event for the numbers to work on their own. 2. Gym distribution. Without thousands of gyms feeding athletes into events year-round, ATHX has to rely on marketing and brand pull to fill seats. That works for now, but it's not the self-sustaining flywheel that makes HYROX so efficient. 3. Retention. HYROX lets you compare your time this year to last year directly. ATHX's annual changes keep things interesting, but they also make year-over-year comparison harder. That's a trade-off they'll have to figure out. We'll know in about 18 months whether ATHX is building a real business or running a well-funded experiment. So, the verdict. I think about any fitness competition brand through 3 filters: standardization, gym distribution, and a social engine. HYROX. All 3 are spinning. Estimated revenue north of 130 million. Near zero marketing spend. The model is proven and it's compounding. ATHX. The format might actually be deeper. Adidas gives them credibility and reach, but the gym network and the social flywheel aren't there yet. The next 18 months will decide everything. CrossFit. The training method lives on. The brand is being taken apart piece by piece. People will keep doing CrossFit-style workouts. They'll just stop paying for the name. Standardization, gym network, social engine. That's the framework. Subscribe. Tell me in the comments which one you'd actually race. Catch you next time.